Hey, what's going on, everybody? I want to tell you guys the story about the time I loaned my comedian friend JuJu some money. So I got a call one time from my comedian friend JuJu, and he called me, and it was a great phone call because he was like, "How you been, LaVar? How's your family doing? How's everybody doing? I've been noticing you on Instagram. Brother, you look amazing. Your family looks like they're doing great. But I wanted to call and check on you to just make sure everything is okay." And I said, "Man, everything is great." And after I told him everything was great, he said, "Brother, well, that's great. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad your family's doing good. But I wanted to call you. I wanted to so humbly call you and ask you a favor." And I said, "Well, what's the favor, JuJu?" And JuJu said, "Brother, I so humbly ask you to borrow the sum of $75. Right now, I'm talking to you with praying hands to borrow the sum of $75. I so humbly come to you before God, before man, to ask you for that. And based on how you're doing, brother, and how I see your family doing, I knew you were the one to come to. There wasn't a lot of people that I could ask." Amen. He talking in preacher voice. There wasn't a lot of people I could ask, amen, but I knew, and somehow God told me to ask you for the sum of $75. And at that point I said, "You know what, brother? I am feeling your energy, your vibe, your spirit seems amazing, and I'm going to loan you that sum of $75. Now, after I told him I would loan him the sum of $75, he told me to meet him at a certain gas station. It was very far from where I was at the time, and we met up at that gas station. And when I met him at the gas station, I was somewhat alarmed because he pulled up in like a station wagon, and I haven't seen a station wagon in a long time. And the station wagon was missing hubcaps. It was like 3 missing hubcaps, but one hubcap seemed to stay on. So we met up at that gas station. He looked me in the eye, I looked him in the eye, and I even noticed in the back of the station wagon was a miscellaneous baby. I don't know where the baby came from. I don't know if it was his child. I don't know what was going on, but I didn't question him about the baby that was in the back of the station wagon. I just went in and said, "Hey, this is where we need to get the money. I'm going to go get you the $75 which you requested." And he was so gracious and thankful. He said, "Thank you, brother." Now, I walk into this gas station that I've never seen before. It wasn't a BP, a QT. It wasn't a Valero. It wasn't any nationally known gas station. It was some type of independent-owned gas station, which meant when I went in there to the ATM to get the $75, it cost me $35 to get the $75 out because there was a fee. And I said, "You know what? I'm not gonna fucking tax him for this fee because I'm a good man. I didn't know this is what it was, but I got him the $75 out." Now, after I got him those $75 and paid that $35 fee, on top of that, I walked out to him and I said, "My brother, I have the sum of the $75. At that point, he took the money from me and he drove off really fast. He drove off so fast that one of the last hubcap that was on the car rolled off of the car. It just rolled and it spun in the parking lot. If you ever see like a hubcap roll off and just spin and then it sits there before it just goes before it dies. And I see him driving off fast, and that miscellaneous child that was in the car looked back at me and did this. And they drove off. And at that point, I knew there was something wrong about this picture. Now, he left, and he was ever so humble and asking me for that money. And months went by, and I decided to check on my friend JuJu to see how he was doing, and also to call about my money. Now, when calling about that money, I let months go by. 1 month went by, 2 months went by, 3 months went by. And at that point, I said, you know what? I'm going to pick up the phone because I haven't heard from my good friend who was so humble and just in the name of the Lord had called me for the $75. And I called him. And when I called the phone, I knew something wasn't right. Because when I called him and he picked up the phone and said, shit, what's happening? And I thought to myself, who is this on the other line? This isn't the same guy. Is this you, JuJu? He said, yeah, what's up, nigga? I said, hey, man, I'm just calling to check on you. Shit, I'm all good over here, man, doing my thing. And then I asked him, I said, yo, man, I just called. I hadn't heard from you since I loaned you those $75, which I was quite concerned about and wanted to know if you forgot about the $75. And at that time, he replied to me, God damn, nigga, you worried about a little fuck ass $75? What the fuck, man? $75 ain't shit. Boy, why the fuck you try? I'm gonna give you a little fuck ass money, man. God damn. And at that point, I said, who is this? This isn't the same person who called me to meet him at the gas station for the $75. And I was so taken aback, and I was like, whoa, who is this? Man, I'm gonna give you your fucking ass money, man. God damn, LaVar, you a pharmacy nigga, you getting money, man. Call me on this little hoe ass shit. Well, I got you, my nigga. Shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow, this is amazing. You're such a different person now. I don't know who you are. I got your little ass money, man. And he did, well, he still owes me, but he paid me back. But it happened in installments. I'm still getting my money back only when I see him in comedy clubs and he buys me drinks and I just deduct. So right now we are at sum of $15 left, and this has been over the past 4 years. So that's the story I want to tell. Y'all take care.